in the house.
Showtime, MP.
Good evening, everyone. This is the fourth and final group stage game for these teams in the NBA Cup. It should be a great one. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Franz Wagner.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at the true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. We've got Emmanuel Quickley. Scotty Barnes is out there with Nesmith. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Trent in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. MP out there with Black. And it's Hill in its center. And for MP in this last group stage game, it's very important for him to have a great performance.
Yeah, MP has to be happy with his team's position in this final group stage game. All you can ask for is a chance to advance. Remember, MP's made it known he wants to lift that NBA Cup.
And both teams, despite losing games in the Cup, still have a chance. But a win here in Game 4 is critical.
Yeah, you want to get into that knockout stage. You have to absorb some blows and land some even better ones. It's not for the faint of heart.
Just 2 to shoot. Melton with the ball. Now defended by MP.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
Banchero, a screen on Melton. MP finds Banchero. Clark, I know you'd agree, Paolo Banchero has certainly lived up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't do. You know, he gets to the line quite a bit, and I know Paolo Banchero would like to see his percentage from the line creep up, and I think it will.
Pass to MP. Banchero, a screen on Trent. MP passes to Banchero. Rebound by the Raptors.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Nesmith with the ball. MP's there. Trent outside. Pass to Nesmith. And the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Black. Now, here's MP. Banchero. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Love seeing Banchero play with that kind of force, making the defense figure out how they're going to deal with it.
Both free throws good from Banchero. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Wizards.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
MP passes to Wagner. Melton against MP. Pass to Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. Here's MP. A miss that time. Would have put him up. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Melton, no good.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Impressive work protecting the basket. He held his ground nicely on that one.
Well, DeAnthony Melton flies under the radar, Clark, but he is a solid role player.
Rock solid in every way, partner. Does a little bit of everything. You know, he's a disruptive defender and has great instincts at that end of the floor. He also can space the floor for you because he can make threes, but also can make plays, too. You know, with Melton, you get a lot. You get floor spacing, steals, he can play both guard positions, and he's a good rebounder for his size, too.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
The Magic have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Banchero is screened for MP. That's good from Banchero on the assist by MP.
Gutsy play that time from Banchero inside against pretty physical defense, too.
On the wing, Melton. Trent against Hill.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Fox comes in for Hill, and it's Jackson in for Black. Here's Hall. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Neesmith. The shot's good from Quickly.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, guys. MP in the last game against Washington was a man on a mission. He scored an incredible number of points and had a season high in boards. He was doing work on the glass. The stats he put up were amazing. He knew nobody could slow him down, and he went to work. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Now, here's Neesmith. 9-point game his last outing.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Fox a screen on Quickly. Here's MP. And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Now a timeout called by Orlando. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Well, that's a look of complete concentration on MP's face, scoring in the mid-range right there.
58 seconds left in the first quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Last break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Hall. That shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Melton feeling it out a bit. Kessler, a screen on Martin. Melton finds Kessler. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's Toronto. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. From beyond the arc. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Jackson is out there with Caleb Martin. Then it's MP. And it's Fox. And it's Christopher in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Here's MP. MP powers through the contact inside.
All MP needed was just a sliver of breathing room. That's what the pick and roll got him.
Pass to Misi. Now here's Melton. Defense right on him. From deep. They get it back. Kessler setting the pick for Melton. And Kessler throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Outside for Jackson. Pass to MP. Martin with it. Magic moving the ball around. And a wide open look for MP. Hands it from downtown. MP's got 5 points in the quarter.
Defensively, you don't want MP to find his rhythm out there.
Here's Misi. Kessler the screen. To the inside, Rollins, and slam dunk by Rollins.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Kessler wide open. He fires. Pass to Melton. Here's Misi, covered by Martin. Here's Rollins. Now Melton. We saw him with 10 points last game. On the wing, MP. Martin with the screen for MP. MP, the triple is down the hatch.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Pass to Misi. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Now Melton. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's check out the NBA's best three-point threats. MP is number 1.
He is as automatic as they come from behind the arc. And that shooting ability makes him an option every trip down the floor.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Fox. And it's Anthony Black in for Josh Christopher. And Toronto also making a switch. Einod's checked in. Out of bounds. Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. The Magic making a switch here. Wagner's checked in. Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto. Neesmith comes in for Melton. And here's MP for 3. Another miss by MP. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against Los Angeles. Pass to Misi. To the paint. Kessler with it. Covered by Martin. Kessler. No good. The Magic trail by 10. Here's MP. MP getting out in front on the break.
Nice recognition by MP to anticipate the turnover and get out in front of the play and score on the break.
Here's Barnes. And the Raptors miss again. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And the basket by MP.
Unreal. MP putting the team on his back tonight.
Raptors leading by 6. Here's Minot. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's MP. Minot pulls it in. The Raptors have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Here's MP, and it's sent back by Kessler. Barnes against Martin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, you think about what they call floating.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to quickly. Down low. Elton kicks to Barnes. Quickly with it. Working on Black. A nice shot by Nesmith.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
MP outside. Shoots from the elbow. Another miss by MP.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. PA thanks. Banchero, a screen on Melton. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Melton. Raptors on defense. And here's MP for 3. Drops in the tray. MP's got it back down to within single digits for Orlando. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Nesmith finds quickly. Inside. Here's Melton. And he drops it in from the low post. Melton's got 5.
You know, he may lack size, but Melton's an effective scorer inside. He plays bigger than he is.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Offensive rebound. MP left side. Pass to Wagner. Hill, a screen on Melton. Clock at 6. Melton against MP. And at last, they get one to fall.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
And here is Quickly. Launches it from deep. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. the participant.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Toronto Raptors.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And now an opportunity to check out the old social media feed. Here's a quick question from Cammy Triple Threat. If you guys were having a cookout, who do you trust to run the grill?
It's gotta be me. You know I got those barbecue chicken alert skills. Plus I'll make burgers the size of Kenny's face.
Ooh, but you got it. Put the seasoning on it, and I got the veggies. Maybe Ernie, I could do it. I'm telling you, the seasoning is everything. I'd be good at all that food groups. I'm telling you.
Yeah, thanks, Jet. Manning the grill can't be any more chaotic than dealing with this place. But you know what? It's got to be the lovely Cheryl Ann running the grill. Ooh. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Here are the Magic now. They trail by 9 points. Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. Emmanuel quickly out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then there's Scotty Barnes. Then it's Nesmith. And it's Trent in at the center position. Banchero, a screen on Melton. MP finds Banchero.
You got to be smarter and tougher than this defensively. You can't give Banchero deep positioning like there.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game.
Paolo Banchero.
He hits the second from the line. Quickly with it. Barnes outside. In the corner, it's Melton. Pass to Nesmith. Trains it from beyond the arc. Nesmith has got 14.
The ability to play the one makes Melton valuable. He finds teammates when they're in good position.
Banchero, a screen on Melton. On the wing, MP. He's guarded by Melton. Banchero, a screen for MP. Clock at 4. Barnes grabs the miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Raptors lead by 15.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
MP finds Banchero. MP sets the screen for Banchero. Kicks it out to MP. Will it go? The Magic again can't hit. Toronto leading by 15. Pass to Trent. Now here's Barnes. He's defended by Wagner. Count it. Good. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Banchero, a screen on Melton. MP passes to Banchero. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, they need to pick it up here now. I mean, they're 0 of 4 coming out of the break.
Pass to Trent. And he dunks it down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And the foul called on MP. That is his first foul of the game. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Trent against Hill. It's stolen by Hill.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Orlando shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Here's Barnes. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's MP. Makes it off the glass. And that's now 27 points for MP.
MP keeps the pressure on with that drive.
And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
And the dunk by MP.
Well, MP launches himself straight off the drive, turning his speed into some hang time.
Barnes outside. Launches a 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And that one's good, Barnes. Barnes has got 10 points in just the second half.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Banchero a screen on Melton. MP. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
Hey, you got to be careful how you guard MP, because he's capable of drawing fouls just like that.
And both free throws good for MP. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Pass to Messi. Trent, a screen on Wagner. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Trent's got 5 now.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
How great have they been? I mean, shooting the ball from outside the arc, they have absolutely been lights out.
Quickly looking it over. Nesmith with the second effort. Trent can't hit. The Magic trail by 21. Goes up at the stripe. Goes back up. Here's MP. Here's Banchero. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. 12 points for him.
Banchero fought for the board and converted nicely. That's a grit and grind bucket there.
Here's Nesmith. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nesmith has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Banchero is screened for MP. Shot clock at 6. Banchero is screen on Melton. MP, that's for 2. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Nisi's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Back to Nesmith. The offensive rebound. Here's Trent. Faster quickly. Here's Messi. Off target from three-point range. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And here's MP for 3. Messi grabs the rebound. Nisi's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Now, here's Nesmith. He's covered by Banchero. And it's quickly missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Pass to Melton. Here's Messi. He's covered by Banchero. Now, Quickly. Sinks the triple. Quickly's got 7.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
For the Magic, Caleb Martin's checked in for Hill. Jackson comes in for Franz Wagner. And it's Josh Christopher in for Black. Then for the Raptors, Einad's checked in, and Rollins subbed in for DeAnthony Melton.
And the Stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Pass to Hall. And they recover it. Here's Rollins for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. 13 points in the game.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him. But again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Here's Hall. 6 points for him. Pass to Minot. He's looking for Trent and finds him. Here's Messi. Sinks that one from the post.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The 3 from MP. Gets the three-pointer to fall. MP's got 38 points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Pass to Trent. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Martin. Rollins against MP. It's hauled in by Trent. Trent's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Trent, a screen on Martin. Here's Rollins. Great D that time from Martin. And here's MP for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a 20. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick.
Making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Fox. Paolo Banchero comes in for Martin. And MP subbed in for Wagner. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Banchero out there with Jackson. Then there's Black. Then it's MP. And it's Hill in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And that one's good, Barnes.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Josh Christopher, he's checked in for Black. And the Raptors also making a change. Melton's checked in.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's MP, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, one of the things you love about MP, he is certainly a team-first kind of a guy. Individual stats really don't do much for him. He wants to win, period. Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Barnes passes to Melton. On the wing quickly. 5 on the clock. Shoots it up. Good on the jump shot. And the Raptors lead by 19. Orlando's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Banchero, a screen on Melton. MP finds Banchero. That one falls. 14 points for Paolo Banchero.
Perfect use of the pick and roll. MP allowing the play to develop naturally.
Quickly the pass to Barnes. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
The drive by MP. Second chance shot. Can't hit that one. Good D by Barnes.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Orlando making some changes. Wagner's checked in for Jackson. And it's Anthony Black in for Josh Christopher. Hill. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Barnes passes to Melton. Pass to Neesmith. Trent outside. The 3 from Barnes. It's hauled in by the Magic. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Quickly kicks to Melton. And here's Barnes for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Barnes has got 17 points here in the second half. The Magic call timeout. The Magic trail by 20. Hill, a screen on Melton. MP passes to Hill. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room. Give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
5 to shoot. Neesmith finds quickly. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Pass to Neesmith. Barnes against Banchero. The 3. Barnes can't get it to go.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Quality find there by MP to take advantage of the defense's weakness.
Raptors leading by 18. And here is Barnes. Pass to Neesmith. And here is Quickly. He's defended by Wagner. Fires the 3. And it's Quickly missing. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Raptors.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Barnes.
Well, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
And the second free throw, good. Well, Orlando shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. MP deciding where to go with it. Here's Martin, and he converts the layup. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Melton, the bounce pass. Kessler with the bucket.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Martin the screen. MP, that's for two. Toronto grabs the miss. Now, here's Melton. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Boy, were they resilient, ending the group round and 2 wins.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.